Tom Bozeman with Robison Plumbing Service. I wanted to talk to you a little bit today about thermal expansion. Thermal expansion is what happens whenever your water heater heats water. As water heats, it expands, and it needs some place to go. This is a thermal expansion tank. This sits on top of your water heater. It has a little weld going across the center of here, which holds a bladder. The bottom half would contain water, and the top half would contain air pressure that is put in through a fitting, a Schrader valve, just like you have on a car tire. So you want to pressurize this side to match this side. So in other words, you want to put in just as much air pressure to match the water pressure of the house. So one of the common things we get mostly whenever we go to install a water heater is, I never had one of these before, why do I need one now? Well, the answer is pretty simple. There's closed systems and open systems within your plumbing systems. Most houses now are on closed systems. A check valve has been put in at your water meter, which restricts water from going back into the city. Keeps your neighbor's water from polluting your drinking water, vice versa. So as water heater heats water, it expands, and with no place to go, your pressure just continually increases within your system. This is a temperature and pressure relief valve that sits on your water heater. This is probably one of the first known symptoms that you will see. You'll start to get a little drip out. Now, this would drip outside. Typically, this sits on top of your water heater and has a drain line that runs to outside from there. So that way, whenever it relieves, it's relieving outside, not causing any damage to your house. This, on the other hand, and this takes 150 pounds to relieve. So if you've had one of these relieved, that tells you that your system has pressure that has exceeded 150 pounds, which is a lot of pressure. State code states that you do not have pressure over 80 pounds within your system. And if that is the case, then you do need a water pressure reducing valve installed, which is, again, creating a closed system. So as your water heats, this is able to absorb that expanded water. It sits in here until you open up a valve, and then it relieves the pressure off and sends it back to the center state. Improperly expansion tank installed can be just as bad as no expansion tank installed. So you want to make sure that the pressure on this is matching the pressure to your house. You want to make sure it's installed in a vertical position, not in a sideways horizontal position. And this is why you have to have these installed on your house. So it's a good idea. Every single water heater should have them. The way I look at it is, don't even question it, whether it's a closed system or an open system, because there's a very good likelihood that it become a closed system at any given time. Pressure reducing valve put on, the city switching out your meter to a meter that has a check valve on it, or something along those lines. So that's what an expansion tank does. If you don't have one on it, I highly suggest calling Robison Plumbing Service at 360-373-1700, and we'd be happy to come out and install one of these for you. And then after that, if you're a member of our priority plan, we will come out yearly, check the air pressure on it, make sure it's being maintained as they should be maintained, and checked annually. Again, 360-373-1700. My name is Tom Bozeman. I'm more than happy to answer your questions. Thank you and have a good day.